So good morning, and by names of Isaac Opio, and allow me share my screen so that I present what I'm meant to be presenting. So first and foremost, what I will be presenting is a simulation model for testing feed formulations for poultry, and my counterpart Joseph, I believe, will be working hand in hand with me and personally. So moving straight forward, I will start by the introduction. But, let me confirm that I'm on slideshow. Sorry for that, but allow me share the slideshow. Share the screen and confirm that I'm in slideshow mode. So in the introduction, I shall be talking about poultry being an essential sector in the global agricultural industry responsible for producing meat, eggs, and for human consumption, especially in Uganda, where agriculture is the backbone of our economy. And one of the critical sections in poultry management is feed nutrition. Researchers have endeavored to investigate some of the major ingredients in poultry diets that affect profitable poultry production, and these two, energy and protein, stood out to be the strong predictors in poultry profitability, according to some of the researchers. And this here, energy and protein are the major ingredients in poultry diets, which provide nutrition to poultry to maintain health, growth, and produce eggs, that's according to Charcoal 2023. And feed quality affects growth rates, health, and the poultry's productivity. And farmers need to be able to realize or notice effects of the feed formulations that they offer to poultry. So before I talk about the next paragraph, I want to introduce, creativity. Generally, as humans and in the world we are living in right now, creativity is actually something that is trying to take over the world. So our model, as we keep moving forward, you realize that it is trying to enhance creativity in a way that farmers are able to try out their secret recipes, to try out and see the effects of whatever adjustments they want to make on the already existing and maybe standardized feed formulations, because creativity is all about discovering something new, but then they do not have an environment to simulate that, unlike trying it in the real live poultry, and you could actually potentially lose in case of anything that you misfire. So creativity is to enable short-term profits at the expense of long-term well-being of humanity and the planet. That was according to Banerjee et al., that is 2021. And human desire to be creative should be enhanced with mechanisms to motivate them and are not negative than physically impactful when it comes to experimenting one's ideas. So the development of the simulation model for testing poultry formulations provides a promising alternative that could reduce costs, minimize the usage of poultry to perform tests without physically destroying any poultry, since it's a virtual simulation. The concept paper presents a simulation model that predicts the effects of different feed formulation, and the model will realize or utilize biological and nutritional data to replicate the digestion of metabolism processes of poultry, allowing different manufacturers and farmers to test the different feed formulations virtually. So let's look into the problem statement. Globally, the demand for poultry products continues to rise here, especially in Uganda, leading to the need of efficient and sustainable feed formulations to produce better products or maintain higher standards of production. Traditionally, farmers test the different feed formulations with live poultry, leading to high costs, long trial periods, low productivity, and loss of poultry in case of poor or poisonous feeding. As you can see, you'll end up, dumping the dead poultry. Furthermore, artificial intelligence might be used to predict the effect of different feed formulations through historical data patterns. So the use of AI is not actually efficient since it may not be a biological process, though there is need for a model that will incorporate all the aspects of historical, nutritional, and biological data, hence being able to simulate effectively the possible results of different feed formulations and apply them to the real world scenarios. So the solution here, we propose to develop a model that replicates the physiological processes of poultry digestion and metabolism. This model will be based on data from existing biological studies, including factors such as nutrition absorption rates, energy conservation efficiency, and the effects of various feed components on productivity, growth, and health of poultry. The key major components in the simulation model will include data integration. The model will be constructed using extensive data sets on poultry biology, biological simulation, growth and productivity outcomes. The model will be able to predict the potential outcomes of such as productivity rate, growth, and health, which I have always said. And of course, the testing environment. Farmers will feed farmers and feed manufacturers could input different feeds into the simulation, which could then simulate the growth rate, health, and productivity rate. The contributions into the industry, let me try to look at maybe in the computing domain. There will be a metabolic algorithm. The development will release a model that employs an algorithm to predict all kinds of feeding styles and nutrient proportions applied to poultry. So with that, you find that, time to come, you don't need to think of coming up with a whole, model or something that can predict because it's already existing, because it has already been developed. Then there will be ethical advancements where the model will reduce the need for live animal testing, which addresses ethical concerns in poultry. The use of this technology to carry out different simulation processes, hence improving the results compared to the old systems. Then efficient system model. The model will also reduce the costs that may be incurred during live testing and break down the time it takes to test. In the real life, when you test, you need to actually give time for the animal to realize or the digestion to take place and all that, and could slow down maybe production in case you are doing maybe production or trying to set a goal and try to achieve the goal. The real life testing could slow down, but with a simulation model, the process can be fastened and you can see what will happen ahead within the shortest time possible. Then, of course, sustainability. This one also, when you look at how it will provide agricultural practices by limiting overfeeding and feed wastage, still something similar to that. Through the use of tested feed formulations, you will now apply the actual feeding into the animals when you already know the outcome. So it will actually be something very sustainable. Then improved feed optimization. So, in conclusion, the paper outlines the need for a model to test poultry feeds. And by replicating the poultry digestion methodology, the model will be able to predict the growth rates and productivity of poultry. Thank you so much.